Well, here we are, the hydroponics system I built. Started out with an A-frame, 6 tubes. I had bought a bunch of used tubes from the hardware store. So these are all Schedule 40s, so they're nice heavy duty. I only had to put in two structures. I'm not worried about the tube sagging or anything like that. But I put in a water filter so I can clean out the water in the line, and then it came up into 2 octopuses. I put 6 on each, so there's 6 to each side. Water should go into the hole. Oops. I learned my lesson. I made sure they don't go in too far, because you will go in too far. When the pump turns off, it drains back into the tank and you get a whole lot of extra water back in your tank. I got a great big tub. I'm not even sure how many gallons it is down into the water that I dug down into the ground. Biggest issue I have is that when it turns on, it pumps out a whole lot of water. So if you have an automatic water refill, then you end up adding a whole lot of water to your system, because that level drops quite a bit when it fills as it's pumping into the tubes. So I sort of have to watch it every day and add more water to it. I put in an industrial, a regular $100 sub pump with a float valve on it, but I turned the float off so it doesn't turn off. Had to put bricks in there to keep the water level, because when it rains, I had like 5 inches yesterday, and it gets a lot of water around it. So, you know, there's definitely issues there, so you have to watch the level. I got a little bubblers in there to bubble the water a little bit, plus so that this actually aerates the water a lot too. As you can see, it comes back from a 4-inch return line. So I'm pumping that with a hose, goes over to this spigot over here, and then into here, up into the pipes. There's also another line here that goes off, heads over to the other systems. But this A-frame, I love it. I would have made them all A-frames. I love the A-frame system. Somebody said, "Oh, too much shade." Yeah, lettuce likes shades anyway. But as you can see, it pumps out some awesome produce. 23 days I got a head of lettuce from a start, not from a seed. But once I put it in here, after 23 days, boom, I got it. I got zucchinis here, as you can see. They seem to be doing really well. They pull the cap out a little bit, but sure, there's a big root system in there. So this goes. Oh, so what I had to do here was I had to build dig a ditch to try to get the water out, so I don't get too much water into my tank. If the water starts getting a little bit low, all of a sudden that tank will take off, start floating. And if you get too low in the tank and there's too much water outside of it, it'll just float. So you got to address that. I really like this system here where I use a male and a female nipples into here. So this is the male part, goes inside, O-ring, and then the female goes on top, tightens that down. I built it with these like that. Okay, one side is higher, so as if I want to get it lower, so when I first start, that one's a little bit bad, but I want the water level higher when I first get everything started. But once I got this whole system started, I've never even used these anymore, because I bring plants in from the other side. Loose tubes, just sitting in holes, no glue or anything like that. I like the recommendation of putting an elbow here, so I can add, as you can see, water levels coming. I can add the nutrients and stuff from up here. Same thing over here, so now I got the same system. Some of them still have the plugs in. I have a high side and a low side. Everything's set on the low side right now. But So this now is a little bit higher than the one behind me. I just used a hole saw, drilled a hole in here, put the pipe in and siliconed it. And it goes into here. Never siliconed this side. But it just takes off here and goes right down that tube anyway because it has a downward gravity. As you can see, there's lots of plants. So I got 200 plants behind me on the A-frame. Then there's another 200 plants here on these 12 tubes. So I got 12 tubes. Now, the problem with this system is, ooh, those things got way too big, is I can't reach the center. I can't reach to get them out. So I found one of these. So I take this, and also works on the A-frame on the top level. If I can't reach those, I just pop it underneath there and I can pull it right out. Works absolutely fantastic. Don't even need the grip to do that, anything. So that I really like. So down at the bottom I have more pipes coming in. Up here to 2 more octopuses, and then with the water feed